Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
It is Thursday. You know what that means.
Thursday night with me.
Yes.
But tonight we got two of us now.
Yes.
So I know that's the format everyone's kind of used to. They're used to seeing this little redhead always on these things, and she's kind of the face of Facebook for us, kind of.
I'm the face.
She is the face of for us. So what I decided to do was, we were talking about it, and we're going to like bounce some ideas, some prospecting ideas. And she's more on the side of social media tools and all of the tech stuff, and I'm more of the boots on the ground guy. So we're going to meld those two tonight, and we're going to go over some of the points that I went over last week on just kind of the basic nuts and bolts of prospecting. So we decided to take a couple of those points, and we're going to go through more of them as the weeks go on. But we're going to focus on two of them that go along with what the Monday night call was with Caitlin, Jessica, and Kendra. And that's talking about goals and talking about passion. And that was something we pointed out on the last call with the nuts and bolts of prospecting. So tonight, I'm just going to go through a few things, and then Caitlin's going to help me to kind of show what tools we have that can also help when you're prospecting people, tools available to you that will help make that an easier transition to get people more interested in what you're doing and understand really what we're offering with 4Life and with our products. So tonight, what I wanted to do was go through points 3 and 4. Now, those of you that are taking notes for there's essays at the end of the week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, essays, quizzes, whatever you want to call them. I'm old, so
okay. I did not take my recall when you said essay. I was thinking of the letters S-A.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what that is, but yes.
She thought I forgot the T, S-A-T. Okay, so, but what we're going to do is I'm going to go over just a couple of these that we covered the other night. And because, like I said, I want to tie this into the training earlier in the week, the product training, I wanted to talk about points 3 and 4, which go hand in hand. One is to find the passion of the prospect that you're talking with. When you're talking with them on the phone, find out their hot button, find out what it is about your opportunity that really grabs them, that they're passionate about. And then point number 4 is tie that passion in to our products, tie it into our opportunity, and use that and create goals for them within our opportunity. You know, a person can create goals and start seeing themselves in this opportunity being successful before they ever sign on the dotted line. And honestly, that's a really good way to do it. If you get someone to capture a vision of what they can accomplish in this company, then they are more likely to get involved. If you're just trying to tell them what you've done or what John down the street did or what Mary over here did, that's one thing. But when you can personalize that and you can find their passion, find their goals, find what drives them, and show them how this opportunity can get them to those goals, then it becomes real to them. It becomes something personal. So what I want to talk about was a couple of live examples. I mentioned this to Caitlin earlier in the week. I spoke with a couple of prospects, and it was odd. Both of these people I talked to are on different sides of the country. They don't know each other. And it was the same day, actually. I spoke to two of them, and these two different people, and they both had the same thing that was driving them for this company. They both said the same thing that they really liked about our opportunity. And so we expounded on that in the presentation, and that was the product. And both of these people, again, having no knowledge of one another, not knowing anything about each other, they both had the same ailment in their family that they were using our products to deal with. That ailment was Alzheimer's. They both have parents who are aging, maturing. They're getting to a point where their memory's not as well, their mental function isn't as sharp. They forget things easily. They misplace things, general things that just are kind of common knowledge to people in a functional manner, they struggle with. So they began asking about what kind of products we had. So with them, that passion was for the health and well-being of their loved ones. It wasn't even for them personally, it was for their parents. And that's something that I was able to then use and expound on how our products can help. And I didn't use it as some sort of edge, like, oh, I can sign them now, you know, I know what they're going for. It was more like I was concerned because now I can say, hey, we actually have products that we've seen be very helpful with people in this situation. And what I wanted to throw this over to Caitlin with is that maybe you don't have that same experience. Maybe you don't know exactly which product is the right product. Maybe you're wondering, someone you're talking to says, yeah, I need these products for someone in my family who is suffering with this particular thing or that particular thing, or I've struggled with this, with this particular health issue. What do you have in your company? Now, before we go any further, always got to keep on the legal side.
I know, yeah.
We're not saying that we're doctors. We're not saying that this will cure anything, that this will address anything, or that it was specifically made to cure or be the one and only answer to these things. These products are nutritional products. They help support the body's immune system. They help support the body's function. And so when those systems in your body function to their fullest potential and your immune system is protecting you as fullest potential, we know that by our product doing that, there's going to be effects that are going to affect your overall health. Okay. But again, I'm not saying it's curing anything, not saying that I'm not Mr. MD. We're just basically saying that we know the science is there to prove that this increases the immune system and helps to fortify the body in ways that no other products out there are, or no other products can. And by knowing that, I can faithfully and honestly tell someone that this product is helping overall with things. And so just want to get that out there. So that being said, so Caitlin, if someone called, if I'm on the phone with someone, all right, and they say, hey, this sounds really great. I have a loved one that has lupus, and I don't know exactly what to do for that. How can I find something that's going to help me?
So the first thing I would suggest is something that Mike talked about, is whatever they say their health goal is, which would be helping their immune system with lupus, to look up what lupus is, kind of get a little bit of an education on that. And then you can head over to the My DiamondsR4Life portal, and there is a product protocol section.
Hear that, guys? Product protocol.
Yes.
On My DiamondsR4Life portal.
Yes.
Okay, this is a tool that you can use that's available to all of our distributors.
Yes.
Okay.
And so there's a different types of health goals on these product protocols. So we have some that are like for aches, pain, and stiffness. We have some that are for more like digestive system.
Okay.
So that's why we have to word them like that for legal reasons. Because when you refer to 4Life products or how they can help somebody, you always have to focus on the function of what the products can do. You can't say like, this will help your lupus. Like,
right.
You have to say the function behind. So if lupus, or for legal reasons, we'll say if having blank means that your immune system is weak, then you want something that will educate it and boost it.
Correct. Right.
So that's why we have to go with function. So if you can think, whatever the blank is that they are talking about, figure out what that means for their health, and then work back from there to figure out what the function is that they need health-wise. Perfect.
So again, what you can do is when you're in a situation like that and someone says, hey, I've got this issue, I've got a loved one with this issue, and you don't know where to even begin. Okay, let's just put it like that. You just don't know where to begin. You're like, well, I know our products help the immune system, and obviously something's going wrong and you need a better immune system. That's a very general answer. But 4Life does have targeted products. We have products targeted to specific systems in the body. The gentleman that I talked to, two gentlemen that day about their parents with Alzheimer's, they said, do you have anything that helps? I said, well, I can tell you that we have a product that was specifically designed for brain function. It's targeted. It has transfer factors in it that are targeted with specific memory, specific information to target systems of the brain, to target certain bacteria and things that affect the brain. Now, you can connect the dots. Okay, there are studies out there that show that Alzheimer's is caused by a plaque that forms on the brain that's caused by a bacteria. So we have a product that targets the immune system, and the immune system in turn can target a bacteria. You can do the math, but you can't tell them this was made to cure Alzheimer's. This was made to heal Alzheimer's. This was made to address Alzheimer's. No, this was made.
It'll help your Alzheimer's.
Yeah, even that is questionable. So what you have to do is you have to, again, as she so rightly stated, you have to state the function that it supports. Now, if that function supports brain's function, if it supports memory, clarity, mental clarity, it's supporting those things. That's all you need to say.
Also, a side note on legal, you might think, oh, well, I won't get in trouble because, whatever.
Right.
The reason you want to be you're being helpful when you are staying legal with what you're saying with 4Life, because a company can't be truly residual and have a truly residual income if it closes because of legal reasons.
Exactly.
And the FDA and the FTC are actually there to help protect us and protect our residual incomes. People usually think of them as the enemy, but they're actually very beneficial to us as long as we are staying within their policies. They're not going to come after us. And we can market 4Life products and transfer factor without being or saying illegal things, because the product and the science all speak for themselves.
Absolutely. Yep. And one of the things great is, I know sometimes people within 4Life or within the industry in general, as Caitlin has said, they feel like, oh, the FDA is the bad guys, are trying to, keep us in this little box and that we can't function outside this little box. But one of the great things about 4Life, and this is a side note, this isn't dealing necessarily with goals and things, but this is something just for you as a distributor, you as a prospect even, who might be tuning into this. Our company has an in-house legal team. Okay, we don't have a third-party legal team, Johnson and Briars and whatever over here or anything like that. We actually have an in-house legal team that their goal, their entire purpose is to make sure that we adhere to all of these. Now, why would they do that? Why would they be so strict on all of this? They're not. They're doing it to protect us, to protect your income, to protect what you've built in this company, to protect the company itself, and keep our products going out there because people need these products. So, as she said, don't look at them as the bad guy. Just look at them as like, this is the set of rules we have to play within. Just like any other game or any other thing you do in your life, there's a set of rules. Those rules are there to protect the people involved. And so we should be fine with that. We just have to adjust the way that we communicate. It just keeps us from being lazy.
Yep.
Really,
and it's actually pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Mike has a organization of 800,000 members. Over
worldwide,
that to worldwide, and 4Life is still in business. So obviously, the majority of those people have been legal and found a way to talk about 4Life and the products without being outside of the rules.
Right.
But all of that, like he said, is a complete side note to prospecting training. But also that's kind of like one of those foundational things.
Right.
Like when you're prospecting, like attraction marketing is a foundational thing. Having education is a foundational thing. Keeping inside of the rules is a foundational thing in every aspect of prospecting that you do.
Yep. So when you're prospecting and when you're talking to people, key takeaways tonight is remember to find their passion when you're talking with them. Ask questions, ask them, are you interested in nutritional products? If you are, have you been taking nutritional products, vitamins and things your whole life? Is it something new to you? What's your experience and things? These are all questions, probing questions you can ask them to kind of find out what they're thinking. Sometimes people, that's not their passion. Sometimes people, all they want to know about is how they're going to get paid. Okay. And at the end of the day, it is a business. It's your business. You're building it, but how you build it and how you choose to focus your marketing efforts, that's entirely up to you. So, but you got to find out what people's buttons are. And for those people who are interested in the product side of things, you have a portal through My DiamondsR4Life that actually has product protocols on there that will give you suggestions on products that work for systems that assist
in the body's functions to help with certain health goals.
Exactly. It helps to achieve your health goals by giving you a system that helps you get there. Just like the system itself, My DiamondsR4Life, is the same type of situation. It is a system that helps you to reach your goals in the business. And so in that, you have within that system to help your business, you have a product protocol so that when people have these questions, or when you personally have your questions, a lot of distributors and customers that get involved in the company and are already sold on the company, they just want to know for themselves, hey, what can I take? I have people ask me all the time, hey, what can I take to just have a healthy heart? What can I take to just help my immune system? Because I just always feel like I'm fighting everything. Or, hey, I've got really bad autoimmune situations. What do I do for that? The product protocol is the way to go. It'll take you down that road, and it will help you with all that. So, but that's something we wanted to cover tonight, just to kind of touch base with everyone and give you something else, a little more, another tool in your tool belt in your prospecting, is that remember that, you can find a person's passion. Once you find that passion, then you have tools and systems that will help you to exploit that. And so when you're dealing with products and people, who are wanting information on product protocols, we have it right there on the website. If you have people who are interested more in the marketing, we've got more than enough marketing tools. Again, always a great place to start. Roadmap to Your Success takes you step by step through your marketing and how to present it, how to get familiar with it, what you need to know. And it even gives you daily and weekly goals, things that you can set that will help you continue to progress each week. So there's just an abundance of tools. I almost said plethora. There's a plethora of tools available out there that are available through this portal that are invaluable. I mean, you can use these to build your business. The thing is, they're there. They've been there. People that are using them are seeing great results. What I find is that so many times people know they're there, but they just don't use them. So it does take effort on your part, not a ton of effort, really, but it does take effort to get in there and find these tools and utilize them. But this is another way we're helping you to understand what's out there. So the product protocols, remember those when you're talking to people and people have questions about anything that they're going through with their health, or even just questions on how to be healthy or whatever. It's a good place to start, because again, it's going to keep everything on the up and up, keep it all legal. It's stated in a way that you can turn around and then state it to someone else. You're not getting in trouble. We're not getting in trouble. Company stays fine. And yet you answer people's questions. So,
and the 4Life website, if you go to the shop tab, you can actually filter the products by function as well. And those might be a little bit more up to date at this point, because they've come out with a couple products since we did the product protocols. And we're also, it's on the master list, which obviously you guys benefit from all the products or projects we work on. So I think it's only right that you understand the different things that are on our master list. So you can also give us feedback on what you feel like should be included in that. But we have updating product protocols on our master list. We're actually also going to add to each product protocol how to get your foot into the door regarding that specific health goal that product protocol is for, how to talk to somebody about this product protocol. And I mean, that just goes along with prospecting training as well. One thing that we talked about on the Monday night meeting was it's one thing to understand something and it's another thing to apply it. So we can understand that there's all those tools and resources and maybe even skim through the portal, but unless you take an hour out of your day to go through the portal and actually see and understand what is in there, you can't apply what's in there. So we highly suggest, if you are taking your business seriously, if you're feeling stuck because you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, or you feel like if you call somebody or they call you, you're not going to know the answers to their questions, then equip yourself with tools that you can send them to. Because if you have a tool in your tool belt, guess what you can do? When they call you up and they're like, hey, I have all these questions and everything, you're like, hey, I want to be respectful of your time. So whatever method works for you. I actually have a video I can send you that explains all of this. I also have a website I can send you to, so you can go through it on your own time. We have flyers that I can send you. What would be your best way to absorb this information? Boom, guess what you just did? You transferred them to a tool that, for one, makes it to where you don't have to know everything to start. And for two, words everything legally within 4Life's policies.
Right.
So you're not going to get in trouble for sending them to a website that we made. We have a lot of experience with 4Life's legal team. So we know a lot of the times, unless things kind of shift a little bit, we know the wording that is okay for marketing materials and what wording is not. And sometimes there is a black and white line, there is no gray area. And even it's kind of interesting, sometimes certain words, even though they might have kind of the same meaning, this one is not okay to use and this one is.
Right.
So make it easier on yourself and just use the tools that we have. I mean, we have hundreds of tools you can use. We have over, 12 websites that you can use, some opportunity, some product. All of the opportunity websites, I think all of them, maybe I should say most of them, have information on products. Some of them are replicated, which means they're connected to your My Shop website if you create the website first. They're all free. So at this point, it's kind of like if you're sitting on the bull, you might as well just grab it by the horns and just take it for the ride. You know what I mean? Instead of just sitting there, letting it throw you all over the place. I don't know,
Right.
but just take the tools that we have and utilize them for your business, because otherwise they're just sitting there collecting dust, along with, I assume, maybe your business as well.
Right.
And if your business is going great, go through the tools anyways. What if that takes a lot of work off of you? Using the tools also fosters duplication within your downline, because if you are sending websites to people for prospecting, your prospects that become team members will also be able to do the exact same thing. So that's my 2 cents.
See?
I dropped the 2 cents.
And that's why I felt it was important to bring her in, because a lot of these tools and systems she's talking about, again, I'm kind of the boots on the ground guy. And so a lot of my prospecting, a lot of what I've done has been travel. I've been working in other countries. I work with other countries daily. I'm on the phone with other countries. So getting into the nuts and bolts of the tech side of things, some of that I'm still, the minute I learn a tool, they've got a new one coming out. So
Yes.
they're constantly evolving, which is great. But that's why I wanted her on here, because she can keep us up to speed on exactly what we can use.
Perfect tool for your plan.
Right. And that'll probably be another one we go through on prospecting too. I mean, she went through it, but honestly, you can break everything she said down into a whole section.
We're going to break it down, guys.
Yeah. So we want this to be simple, but yet we also want it to be, valuable to you guys. So we don't want to just get on here and ramble for 15 minutes, just to ramble for 15 minutes.
Even though it's fun.
Yeah. we want to be able to have something that you guys can add to your business, something you can take home. Well, hopefully you're at home, but that you can build into what you're doing. And like she said, even if you're someone who has got a huge business and you don't feel that you need it, you've got people underneath you that could use it.
Yeah. Always think about your grassroots.
Yeah. You don't want to spread yourself too thin because you want to be the man doing it all. Why not use a system that's there that can help you? So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we want to talk about tonight. We just wanted to go over some of these tools that you can use to plug people's passion and plug people's, what gets them going and their goals and things. And we wanted to kind of build on the Monday night call with talking about goals and stuff. So this was a good way to kind of segue the two together. So as we continue to go in these, we're going to get into some other things. We'll get into some of these nights. We're going to just get into psychology of things. I find a lot of people, when I talk with them and we do 3 ways and things, they, sometimes I'll say something or do something. Well, afterwards we'll discuss what happened. Well, why'd you do that? And to me, it's something we have been trained here at Professional Networkers from the get-go.
Yeah.
And so the psychology, I think, is very important as well. You know, it's not all just follow point by point by point, make the sale, point by point by point, make the sale. That doesn't always work. You can do everything.
Psychology can actually guide a lot of what you do.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
even if
Yeah.
you know like 5 points on something, but you know the psychology behind the points, you can build on top
right.
of all of
Yeah.
those.
And not everyone's going to fit into the same psychological profile. So you have to learn how to move with things, you know. So we'll get into more of that as we go as well. We'll kind of break some of that stuff down as to why we approach people certain ways, or how to approach objections from people, because that's something you'll get, or how you approach negativity, you know, or
someone had asked before how to close, like how to effectively close a presentation.
right.
So that's something we can go over as well.
Yeah. And closing is a weird thing because there's different types of closings. You know, sometimes a close takes, you know, 2 calls. Sometimes a close takes 6 months.
Yeah.
They're both a close. So what's right and what's wrong? It depends on the person, because you can't force anyone into it. What I've learned in the time that I've been there is, when early on, you know, I was all about getting numbers.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be the best consultant on here. I'm going to get the most signups. But what I found was, when I would put people in a corner and they would go ahead and sign, and they go ahead and order product, those people that I had to coerce, and those people that I had to basically pressure into it, were the same people that I had to pressure every month to order again, because they were doing it because they had a harder time telling me no.
I'm one of those people too.
They had a harder time telling me no than just saying this isn't for me.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things in this presentation we talked last week. I've switched it to more of a softer close, where I put the ball in their court, because essentially it always has been in their court.
Yeah.
You know, you can give the perfect presentation, A to B, end to end. It can be flawless, and they can still say no at the end of it.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys talked about being effort oriented instead of goal oriented.
Yes.
You should have an end goal. Hey, I want to achieve this end goal, but that shouldn't be the driving force between your present of each and everything you do. It should be putting in the effort that you know it takes to reach that goal, but you can't control when that goal is achieved.
Right.
You know, so we'll get into a lot of that too. We kind of are, but we don't want to get into it.
I know, we're like, this is what we're going to get into,
like,
but we're not going to get into it right now.
Exactly. But anyway, so yeah, so thanks everybody for being on. Before we keep rambling on and giving away our future calls, our future meetings here. We will do these again next Thursday. Don't forget, the girls have the Monday night, and then there's a Tuesday night product call. So we've got plenty of calls going on throughout the week that you can get onto. And I know some of these are new. This is only the second weekend. So some of these, it's going to take a while for you guys to get used to, catch on to the scheduling and things. But great thing about Facebook is you can always go back later and watch it.
Watch the replay.
Yeah, because I found that there were several people that watched mine last week, and even the product one for the girls last week, that came back and watched it later because the comments started coming in the next morning or the next day.
Which that's another thing. Please, 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 as you're prospecting, write down the things that you're wondering or you're questioning about or thinking about, and let us know what you want, because we don't want to just sit here and, you know, I mean, we're going to talk about principles that you can apply no matter what you're going through.
Right.
Foundational stuff, but we also want to get into specifics as well as we're going through this. So please ask or let us know things that you would like to learn about. I mean, Shayne's been prospecting you've been working for PN for 35 years, over 35, right?
No, not 35. I'm not that old.
Wait,
Jeez.
Who have I been saying has done it for 35 years?
I don't know. I've been doing it close. I've been doing
very
it.
Experienced.
Yeah, I'm experienced. I've been working with Mike in one. I've been working with Mike in one, you know, through his different businesses. I've been working with him since out of high school. So that's 20.
Not 35 years.
So about 28 years.
So close.
So mean. Anyway, but yeah, but I've been doing it a long time. I have. And I started off like everyone else. I had to climb, I started off stuffing packages like everyone else. I started off doing maintenance calls, like calling people, letting know their orders on the way.
Yeah.
I started off doing, you know, the menial jobs. Not that anything's menial, but you know, the stuff that I wasn't face to face with people.
Entry level.
Yeah, entry level stuff. But in the last pretty much since we've been with 4Life. The majority of the time we've been with 4Life, I've been a full-time consultant, and I'm doing a lot of traveling. I was the first one in India, first one in Africa, first one in Trinidad and Tobago, first one in South America. Likely be one of the first ones in looks like Bangladesh will be on our next trip, possibly maybe Nepal. So you know, I've been doing this a while, and
So he knows a few things.
I know a few things, a little bit here and there. So
Not 35 years worth of things, but
not 35.
close. I said that once
Oh.
before too, and I thought I was so confident.
I think professional networkers has only been around like
35 years.
35 or 40. So like, okay.
Anyways.
But thank you guys for being on. Thanks for sticking with us these last few minutes where we're just kind of rambling. But we will see you again next Thursday.
I do have something to say that has happened, I think, since the Monday night training.
Okay, what's up?
Something big
Oh no.
happening in November with DiamondsR4Life. We said a tiny bit about it on the product training. Actually, Mike spilled the beans a little bit. So if you want to go back and watch product training to find out what the beans were.
Oh, she's gonna make you go back and watch it, guys. You gotta do some homework.
I sure am. So here soon, other than the product training, you might be hearing some more details about this big thing. All I'm going to say is convention tickets, but I won't tell you everything that's involved with it. So
Yeah.
Monday night training, we're going to be talking about how to break down, because we talked about the difference between effort and result-oriented goals and having a purpose behind your goals
Which is
on
key.
this.
Yes.
Yes, on this Monday night training, last one. So this one, we're actually going to break down. If somebody was like, hey, my goal is to hit diamond, we're going to break that down into your stepping stone goals and the effort you're going to put into those. So on that training, at some point, I'm going to be giving some or all of the details of the big thing happening in November. And do you have some sort of phrase like you did for October for November?
November. No shave November. I'll come up with one.
Nothing like November? I don't know. Anyways.
I'll think of something.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Like Shayne said, we'll see you next Thursday.
See you next time. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.